All right, everyone, welcome back. I'm your
What's
host,
up?
Glenn Lawrence.
I'm Gia McCole, and we're going to be going straight for the jugular today.
Yeah, today we're talking about how social media psyops are convincing an entire generation that marriage is stupid and children are a bad idea. It's almost like everything's fake and gay.
And if you ever caught yourself saying, why would I ever get married or why would I ever have kids? That belief is being influenced through TikTok, through Instagram, through Twitter, through YouTube shorts. So this episode is going to unveil and expose all that.
Yeah,
Let me
like
do that.
let's just call it what it is. Most viral relationship content now is public humiliation rituals. Right, Gia?
Yep. And once you see it, you're going to see it everywhere.
Energy of truth on fire. They're calling out the world's desire. From fake ideals to moral decay. They're lighting up the modern age. No one's safe, not the church, not fame. They're flipping the script, rewriting the game.
Yeah, you guys, just like we said it, we call it how we see it and what it is. Most viral relationship content now is public humiliation rituals. It's kind of like, like this.
Throw it out, like, yeah, but you're bending down.
Reasons that you gotta.
Boom, yeah. No, it's boom, yeah, boom, yeah. Okay. So, boom, boom, yeah. So you're not going up, you're not going boom, you're going up. Just roll that big hip up, throw it out, like, yeah.
He's not used to that. He didn't get his asshole
There
blown
you go,
out.
that's a little better. Then, yeah. Do it faster, do it
She's-
faster.
That's very
Come on.
good, poor guy.
Yeah. Nope, up and down.
She's trying to teach him how to twerk.
My move.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought she got reformed. I thought she found
Stand
Jesus.
down. You're standing straight up.
I thought she found Jesus.
Yeah, that's a twerk. She's trying to teach him to twerk.
She's going to twerk her way back to hell.
And her
You know-
husband's allowing it.
Well, just like that. That video right there is a perfect example of humiliation ritual, you guys.
It's a very innocent way. Like most people are gonna like, oh, that's cute. What's wrong
what's
with
cute about
that?
it?
Like
You
no one
dressed
can
a
see
man
the
in
message.
He's a grown-ass man dressed up in a onesie.
Yeah,
It doesn't even have the butt flaps on the back.
being a dancing clown for clicks, attention, and monetization.
Yep. And so you watch this guy, you all have seen it, right? We've all seen it. We've seen these guys on camera, just like, Nala's husband, made him look like a buffoon, or how about this?
Push her.
Perfect time to fart. He wouldn't smell it. They're downwind.
Oh, nice.
Insane, baby.
That's true romance right there.
Ew.
So it's so many influencers that are doing this. Like every day a new one comes up, and these people don't just have like a couple followers. These people have millions of followers. This is becoming like the new in thing to watch. And it's like somebody might say, well, they're just trying to be relatable. Like, okay, let's expound on that. They're trying to be relatable, and that's why it's going viral. So what is that telling? We're basically saying that this is the new norm, and people need to watch this so they can make themselves feel like this is normal. Normalizing bad behavior for clicks.
But you also see it as in like, the guy finding out that his girl's cheating on him on camera, right? You also have like watching the girl get rejected or get a rejected proposal in public, right? So a guy gets on his knees, he bent, will you marry me? Ew, no, right? Or, the pranks where she tells him that she's that the baby isn't his just for clout, right?
Or you have like the mom saying, I regret having kids,
Oh my God, yeah.
You have the single moms dragging their baby daddies. You have You even have guys dressed up as women or wearing pink. Like these are all humiliation rituals of the roles that God designed for us.
Yeah. Yeah. And you're right. And
All
if you
all
can't,
wrapped up in relatable content.
and that's the sad thing. And if you don't see that, like you're not, you got to stop and think and like, wow, those people are broken. They're really broken. And you start
Well,
thinking, wow,
it,
is that how marriage really is? No, it's not. That's a psyop. I mean, they taking the worst examples of relationships and amplifying them until they look like they're the norm. You know that?
yeah, and like let's define what a psyops is, right? Because most people like think that's like conspiracy theories or like tinfoil hat people, right? But really, psyops are simply a way to psychologically influence masses on a large scale. And it's been
Yeah.
happening in our food industries, it's been happening with the government, it's been happening with politics. We are creating these psychological, it's a slow, innocent way to create and influence the public. It's about shaping how you think and feel through repeated messages on mass platforms.
Yeah. Do you remember like the Gillette commercial? Um the Gillette, let's see what it was. It was the Gillette razor commercial.
Yep.
That was a psyop,
Yep.
right? Like we believe the men can be the best that they can,
OnlyFans is a psyops.
right? That's a psyop. Feminism is a psyop.
Mhm.
Girl boss is a psyop. You know, being a mom is a bad gig is a psyop, you know?
It's a bunch of minions just following what they're being told and then being rewarded for it.
Being a tranny is a psyop.
It's another.
Let's call
These
it
are
what
all.
it is.
And it's funny because like my mother warned me this like when I was a kid. Like she never allowed any trends in the house. If it was a trend, whatever that may be, I don't care if it was Cabbage Patch Dolls. It was like no. When the trend goes, when it's no longer a trend, if it's still something you want, then we'll talk about it. But
Yeah.
while it's a trend, we're not getting involved in it. And this is something I got raised from upbringing. And that's why I can see it like immediately. I know. And the same thing, transgenderism is a trend.
And look, I'm not sitting here saying there's a guy in a bunker hitting the destroy marriage button. I'm saying the effect is identical though. You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
the constant clips of betrayal, divorce, baby mama drama, the constant humiliation of men and women who commit, the constant kids ruin my life content, the constant, you know, it's part of the psyop, and I hate to have to say this. I really do. I hate to have to say this. Fresh and Fit and whatever podcast where they're just constantly putting these unmarriageable women on the panel. It's part of the
Mhm.
psyop because it's selling the same market value that there's no marriageable women.
If we're sowing division between the sexes, we are following into that mass media message of
And,
basically trying to divide us. Mhm.
and I don't even think that you could be innocent and still be part of the psyop and not even know
Yeah,
it.
you don't realize it because they're minions. They're doing things for attention. And I mean, we have all been guilty of it. Like we're not sitting here
Yeah.
trying to say like, we're not also guilty. We've all been guilty, but it's time to open up our eyes. It's time to see it. It's time to recognize the patterns. You know, like when an entire generation starts saying the same speech patterns, like, and also regurgitating and acting and dancing and dressing the way like everybody's doing it, like that's a problem. And this is going into marriages and relationships now, and even in having kids. You know,
You know
like
the only
why
psyop
are
I
women?
was involved in? Let me tell you what psyop I'm involved in. I'm involved in the psyop that says Dodgers are the best team ever. Okay, world champs.
Like I
Okay?
want to talk about how, what in 1990, 6 out of 10 women would say that their goal in life is to be married and have children, right? Fast forward that today, 2025, 4
And it's
out of 10 women say they
yep.
want to be married.
And
That
did you know
shows
most of
you
the
that
top?
we are encouraging young girls to look at marriage and relationship as a negative thing.
And do you know it's actually in 12th grade? It's actually more men. The boys are actually looking forward for families. So let's talk about the algorithm though for a second, because you know the algorithm loves chaos, right? The algorithm doesn't give a damn about truth. It only cares about engagement. What gets engagement? Outrage. humiliation, betrayal, shock. You know, like here's the thing, Gia. Our show, we're never going to get the engagement that we would if we decided to go crazy. If we wanted to do trigger. If you decide to go, woo, girls gone wild, that's when we'll get engagement. But the fact that we are staying on topic, we're trying to give a message to people and trying to help them out and improve them. We're not gonna break the algorithm, and that's okay. I can live with that, knowing that we're actually providing good content for these people. But so what gets pushed? Cheaters get exposed, live streams, right? Loyalty tests, channels. Everyone fails, right? Divorce court clips where the man gets wrecked, or how about bitter co-parents screaming at each other over the kids? Women bragging about soft life, no kids, no man. Men bragging about never getting trapped by a baby. Like
Yeah, like what doesn't go viral, right? Like what doesn't? Let's talk about that. What doesn't? So couples who have been married 20 or 30 years that are happy, that doesn't go viral. Okay.
Oh, you mean
Parents,
like your post? Like your post that you did the other week?
like nothing that's truthful goes viral. Parents who actually enjoy their kids, that's like like even to the point where like, oh, we're gonna advertise we just had a baby, or we're happy. That's like, oh, why are you using your photos for like why are we discouraging that? Or think about it like this: parents or husbands and wives who stayed loyal and actually, here's a good one. When have you seen a wife be able to go online and be like, I help my husband become a millionaire, or I help my husband get out of debt, or I actually bought the house and like, when have you seen that? No, it's always women. What goes viral, always women taking men's money.
Yeah.
You ever notice that?
Never adding to it.
And I know for a fact that women have not only supported their husbands through school, but got him out of debt, took care of children from previous relationships. Like this stuff does happen, but it never goes viral. Or what about the stories of sacrifice and long-term commitment? Why don't we hear about that?
I know two very, very different women, but very much the same in the sense of when they had the opportunity to jump ship, they buckled down. They actually they took on a role that they never had to. They ended up picking up the slack where maybe the husband was not, successful at first until he was able to get there. They helped build the empire with him, not just him building it and them moving in it. No, they were out there grinding and laying those bricks down and built their empire, right? And I mean, I could say names, but I think they know who they are, so I don't really got to say names. You know what I mean? And I would love for there to be more stories like that.
Yeah, but think about it like this. If those women come out and say, my husband had made these mistakes and I came in to help him, or I helped make him a millionaire or whatever, like got him out of that bind. Okay?
All you're going to hear is, you're emasculating him.
Exactly. You picked a loser. Oh, he's the female in the relationship. You must be the man. Like it's always downplayed.
Yeah, and it's not like,
you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't.
It's like, wait a minute, she picked a loser. Wait, no, she just invested in somebody that you thought was a loser, and now look at him. You see
what I'm saying? It's like you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. So women have learned to shut up about it. Like even like, this goes off topic. I don't want to go too much into this, but even women who have had like bad situations with men, the ones who have truly been victims or truly had bad things happen, they stay quiet. They stay quiet. Why? Because they know that that comes with a stigma. So now what we have is women claiming rape when they never did, because those are the women that don't have to worry about it. They didn't actually go through the situation. So they just use it to get attention.
Yep. And then the real women that got raped,
they're quiet
because, they don't want the stigma that came from all those false allegations that these bitches did over here.
Exactly. So it's like, yeah.
Let me just recourse this back, okay, a little bit. Just steer this wheel over here, just a little bit. This is exactly the stuff that maybe like thousands of couples are like these great marriages that we're talking about, but nobody sees. Meanwhile, see how stupid the guys are looking for proposals, right? That's what we see in these videos. So your feed becomes one-sided. Marriage equals humiliation. Kids are chaos, and family is misery. And if that's the recipe that we want to sell people, then we're doing a good job. And you know what's sad? Churches do a good job at making it sound bad too.
Yeah, because think about it like this: the algorithm works exactly as it's designed to do. So if you like it or you watch, you don't have to like it. You just have to like watch it through the end, right? And then like scroll, and from then on the algorithm's going to send you more of that. Like think about 16-year-olds or 20-year-olds, like very impressionable, because this is when they're most impressionable. They're growing up seeing not just their own family in bad relationships, but now they see it online. And you think that that's not going to cause them not to want to get married or not want to be in a relationship? That's a direct influence of how they're going to see anything going forward.
Yeah, that's like there's no real example of like what a solid husband looks like or what a solid wife looks like. What is like, that perfect hierarchy between husband and wife? What's that teamwork, that covenant? No, all they get is just drama.
Yeah, and then they open up the phone, and what do they see? People getting cheated on, public proposals. They see like parents saying, oh, they hate their life and they don't want to have kids, or they regret motherhood, or look what the kids did to my body. Like you hear this online that goes
Oh
viral,
my
or
God,
dads
yeah.
saying like kids ruin their freedom, or these fathers who like were fathers and then they feel like, oh, she restricted my freedom. And so then they leave, they cheat, they leave their family and they go off and gallivant. Like all this stuff.
And see, that's how psyops work.
Hmm.
Um, you don't put a soldier at the door, you put a screen in their hand. You flood them with enough images of failure and humiliation until hope looks naive, cynical. Cynicism looks intelligent. And then you know what? We get this generation of black pill guys who are just nihilists. You
And then
know?
you have, yeah, and then you have these people who are going online, turning their trauma, their situations into clickbait, into ways to monetize, right? Like we know the victim mentality is a great way to make money. You play the victim, there's going to be somebody there to throw money at it, like trauma entertainers. They're like people who go and get viral off of their worst experiences. And then they're like dragging their exes, they're using their kids as props. They're going online, like talking about how horrible their husband is, right? That's getting clicks and attention. There's
Hmm.
trauma audience, people bringing in the content. They're feeling validated, but at the same time, they're being bitter. So it's really bad.
Yeah, instead of getting healing from their pain, they're
Mhm.
monetizing it. And we see this on all sides of things, right? Then they preach it like it's doctrine. Don't
They
get
feel,
married.
yeah, they feel
Man,
smart
don't get
for
married. You
avoiding
should
marriage.
never get married, man. I can't. I would do not support marriage in the way that we do it today.
Never get married.
Yeah,
That's what the smart man would do. Hmm.
kids ruin your life. Don't get a girl pregnant. Don't marry her. Well, never trust anyone. That's not wisdom. That's untreated trauma with a ring light and a
It's
mind.
fear avoidant. Hmm.
And really, what it tells me is like, okay, you're instead of addressing the problem and looking back and see where did things go wrong, where did I go wrong, you just want to say avoid it all. You know why? Because avoiding it all means you don't have to face accountability for the mistake that you made in the previous relationship. And maybe that mistake was you didn't vet properly. Maybe that mistake was is that you allowed yourself to slack and you caved in, to her demands. Maybe that mistake is a lot more on you so than it is on them so. But it's still both of you guys' mess. But no, let's just not just acknowledge that. Let's not be accountable. Let's not own our responsibility. Let's just say marriage all bad.
Hmm. Yeah, like we know that 86% of people reported better contentment, better joy,
Mhm.
overall, looking at life in a more positive light when they had a fulfilling relationship, whether it be committed or marriage, right? So that's the data. Like if you pull any, it even like pull even the data on women who have waited till marriage, right? Even that data proves why it's important that women choose marriage. Okay. We know that this creates a healthy civilization. So all of this, oh, don't get married, don't get married. That's not making the situation better, guys. It's not a solution.
No, the solution is, let's fix the problem.
Hmm.
All right. Where's the deficit? Where are we having issues? And the only thing you could actually fix is you. Really, you only fix you. And I get all these guys telling me all the time, like, why should I level up? Why should I making these improvements for the woman? So then I'm in her frame. No, 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 no. You're leveling up and you're making improvements so that you have the best opportunity in life for yourself. And women are a byproduct of that success. So the more successful that you get, the more areas that you grow in, the better, more options you have when that if you choose to want to have a relationship. And let me just say this, Gia, I don't know if you believe this, but I really don't think that people should get married if they don't believe in God. Like, I'm sorry, it's just why practice a religion sacrament when you don't believe in the religion? Just cohabitate, do what you want, like
Pretty much. Pretty much. Like it's a generation that won't marry and won't have kids, but isn't building anything that outlives them. Like there's no continuity, there's no
yeah.
integrity, there's none of that. So like I said, freedom has become basically the new I have nothing to lose.
And that could be as reckless as I can.
Yeah, because we don't responsibility, freedom is choosing what you're responsible of. So
Yeah.
we have to really remember that it's not about no responsibility. Like, because a lot of people, I don't want to get married or I don't have kids because I don't want to have the responsibility. I don't want the commitment. I don't want to have the accountability, the consequences, right? I want to live my life how I choose it.
Let me ask
But
you
then
this.
they're filling it with other things like drugs, alcohol, going out, casual hookups. They're filling it with other things that are not going to make them fulfilled anyways.
Let me ask you this. Who benefits from people
Yeah.
being afraid of marriage and kids?
So many
Because
things profit
let me
from
tell you
this.
who doesn't benefit though. Your future spouse and those kids that you might be having. Your future children that are waiting to be born.
Yeah, the individual doesn't profit, but society as a whole, entire economic development revolves around it. If you think of anything at all today, government, food, attorneys, law, coaching, therapists, counselors, I can go on a list of things that benefit from the division, from the chaos. Like when guys say, how do we get here? How do we get to this point where everything is so bad? And I'm like, because they found a way to monetize chaos. And once greed overtakes God, when money becomes the God, which is where we are today, that's how you get this chaos because you remove common sense. Remember, when you move off selfish desires, you will throw common sense to the wind.
You know what industries? There's a lot of industries that actually benefit from this, like hookup culture apps, Tinder,
Everything benefits from this.
porn, OnlyFans benefit from people not getting married, not having kids. Even the corporate culture.
Social media.
Yep.
These guys who created these apps. This is the whole point of the apps.
Yeah. So a man with a wife and kids is less likely to blow money on stupid stuff. You know that? Waste his life on online, and they're more likely to live purely. Not for the family, not just for themselves.
Why?
A woman who is proud of being a wife and a mom, she isn't chasing trends online to feel valuable. So if we keep men and women single, bitter, and childless, you keep them consuming, addicted, distracted. And you know what? That's profitable. That's dollar bills, y'all.
And we have to be fair, right? There are like real problems behind it. Like I know there are bad marriages or people that are in marriages with individuals who put status and put money and other things ahead of their spouse. So we can't discredit that because like we do have to talk about there are women in marriages who will be stuck on that hamster wheel of I need a bigger house or I need to like worry about Christmas decorations and having the perfect life, which causes the man to be on this rat race to keep up his end too. So we have to take that into account. But like a woman that doesn't care about these things, who stays completely separate of the world and doesn't try to fill up her time on Black Friday shopping or Christmas or doesn't want to hang out with the girl. She's not caring about status and what the world cares. She just cares about prioritizing her husband. Ultimately.
What was that? I need to write that down. I'm going to put that on my next list, like for the next chick. Hold on. Let me get this. I'm seriously writing this down. Hold on. You said if they're not interested on Black Friday sales, hold on.
They could care less on Black Friday 5 a.m. sales or any shopping for that matter. They don't care about trying to impress the world. Like, the other day, my husband's like, I realized something about you. Like, there was like, your friends just had this birthday event and you didn't go. Like, this just happened. You got invited and you didn't go. You always get invited to events. You never go. Like, you don't even care to do anything. Like, you don't want to be out of the house doing a million things. Like, yeah, like, I don't care about being with fake people who do fake photo shoots and fake smiles and have to like look perfect. No, like, I care about making sure the laundry is done, the dishes are done, the food is on the table. My husband's happy. I can sit home for days and days and days and never need a car. That is why a wife is so valuable, because she's taking care of that home end and she's content with it. She finds joy in that. And I think that
Mhm.
too many women aren't. They're trying to live up to the Joneses,
Yeah,
basically.
fellas, you heard it here. You heard it here first. Top five, okay, top five wifey qualities is now going to be
Be
um
content at home. Be content at home.
be content at
Homebody.
home,
Hmm.
loves to bang out her man. You know what I'm talking about. Number
Hmm.
three, no Black Friday shopping.
Yeah,
No
she's
Black Friday
resourceful.
shopping.
She's resourceful. She doesn't need to buy things. Like, if
I'm
you saw
telling
my
you
refrigerator, you would be
you have
like, how do you make meals out of this? Because I literally can. I can make meals out of anything. I don't need to have like every little ingredient. Or when you hear people go stuff like, they say like, oh, cooking at home is more expensive than eating out. I'm like, that's not true at all. Now, if you need to go and buy every little ingredient off of that recipe list, then yeah, it's going to be more expensive. But if you have the proper things in your home, like the base for cooking, it's always cheaper to cook at home. Always. So
you know
yeah, we
I'm
can't,
I know how many times I'm being serious. This Black Friday shopping thing is stuck with me. Like,
because
yo,
it's ridiculous.
let me tell
It's
you,
such
my
a
ex, I have
psyop. It's a
I have a trauma.
psyops.
I have a trauma experience. Okay, my ex would spend so much money on Black Friday.
It's a
Like,
psyops. I'm
and I was
telling
like,
you this.
you're not making you're not saving any money. You're not
No,
saving
they
anything.
what they do is they mark up the tags to make you
Yeah, I
think like you're
know.
getting 80% off. It's all a lie. All of it.
That's what I told them. I feel vindicated. I
If
feel
you see my
vindicated.
living room, I have a couch and a TV. I literally, that's all. I don't have any pictures. I don't get into the decor. I don't. So my husband's like, man, you really don't like. I'm like, can you imagine all these was? Because there was a movie on last night, and this wife, all in the movie, all she did was like try to make everything perfect, like the perfect little Santa and the Christmas tree and the little stockings, and the
Oh,
whole time she was
that was
miserable. She was miserable. She was like crying in the closet because she was doing all this work and no one recognized it. No one even noticed it. And here she is. What she wanted was just like relaxation or her family to take a notice. And so she tried to fill it up with all these outward things. And then the neighbors made it worse because then she had these neighbors who always had like the better lights, the better family. So she was trying to compete with that. And it made me go, wow, this is the reality of a lot of women trying to keep up with the Joneses. For what?
see, like I would notice it, and then I'd be too scared to get nowhere near it because I'm like a bull in a china shop. Okay, I walk in, you could be just me making this a beautiful arrangement. I'll bump into it, the whole fucking thing will collapse. You would have spent 18 hours on this shit, and I would ruin it in 18 seconds. So no, that don't do that shit to me. That's trauma. Okay, this
No.
is
So
you
so
know
we can't forget that in this discussion that there are real problems. Like there are
yes,
women who are
there are
going after a man's money, like
yeah,
taking half of his shit, and that's wrong. We know that's wrong. We know that the
and we
system
know.
weaponizes it.
And we also know that there are guys that abuse women, not just physically, but abuse the what the woman does for them, takes advantage of them, and we get it. We know it's on both sides. We know
Yeah.
there's fucked people on both sides. There's some really shitty people on both sides that do a lot of damage in marriages. There's
Yeah.
no denying that. But so we're not saying this shit doesn't exist. Absolutely, it exists. But
So
the
what's the
solution to a
solution?
bad
Yeah.
marriage, but the solution to bad marriage is not no marriage.
Mm,
The solution to bad parenting is not no children.
right.
What the real solution is better standards for who
Mhm.
you choose, better preparation for
Setting
marriage.
up structure ahead of
Yeah.
time.
Better models of masculinity and femininity, better character in both men and women.
Exactly. Like we need higher quality all around standards, boundaries. Like when I see stuff happening in relationships, it's usually due to people setting up their initial relationship, like from the very second they're going in, the woman is already over the man's frame. She's already leading that from day one. He's not nipping that from day one, and it just continues to tolerate and get worse over time.
Yeah. No,
So it's a
crazy.
generation that's like opting out because of everything they're seeing, not just in their real world, not just from their experience, from their parents, but also what they're seeing on social media.
So you know what? Let me just, I like solutions. I'm all about solution based. I just don't like talking about problems because that's what I think a lot of people in the red pill do. They don't provide solutions. I like to provide solutions. All right, so let's do some solutions.
Let's do it.
Let's talk about, how do you resist the psyop? Well,
Mhm.
step one, you have to admit that you've been influenced. If your entire take on marriage and kids comes from TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, bitter stories, story time videos, red pill content, feminist content, then you have been disciplined by an algorithm, not by wisdom.
Yeah, and for the ladies watching, you gotta realize that like when you notice this, start keeping your eyes open. You gotta be willing, and I say this all the time, you gotta be willing to take the crown off your head. And what I mean by that is on social media, as women, we're constantly told how great we are, how great, and that's basically putting a crown on our head that we didn't earn. Okay. It's false, it's fake, it's like monopoly money. You gotta be willing to take that crown off, relinquish that. Okay. Take away, hey, I'm not great, I'm not entitled. Maybe remove some of the stuff that you've been putting out that's been encouraging bad behavior. Take it down, like curate your feed. And also remove yourself from those groups, right? From those people who are encouraging it. Go into your Instagram feed and start hitting not interested. Okay. Get yourself out of situations where these people are encouraging, enabling, and rewarding you for it. And then, like, the next thing is like, ask yourself, like, how many accounts do I follow that actually honor marriages? Like, show them that one video, put up that one, that other one, because there's accounts that have like 17 million followers. They have huge following, and all they do is they humiliate their spouses, right? So I want to touch on this because these accounts make it seem like they're doing innocent. So okay, look at the caption here. After 10 years together, this is why he can't trust her. We are teaching people that if you work for something for years, for decades, it's still not worth it. It's not worth the squeeze. How many times have we heard that? The juice is not worth the squeeze. Where do you think this is coming from? We are training people to believe that even if they're loyal, even if they have integrity, it's not worth it.
Yeah. No.
So remove yourself from this. Stop following these people. Stop involving yourself with this. Curate your feed. Start learning and taking examples from people in healthy, loving family life that actually not just talk about it, but actually do it. Like they practice what they preach. And then, if you notice humiliation kind of stuff, relationships going on, like stop watching it. Don't like it. Don't share it. 90% of the chaos is stuff that you are actually focused on in real life.
Yeah. And, step 3 is change your inputs. You know what I mean? Start following older couples who've been married 20, 30, 40 years. I mean, you can start following somebody that,
I follow a lot of people I don't agree with because I think that we need to follow people that we don't necessarily
I agree.
agree with. Like we have to see it all. Like I wouldn't even know that this stuff existed if I was only following one side.
But what I'm saying is like ladies, if you want to know what, a good, healthy, happy wife looks like, follow one.
Mm-hmm.
And I know a lot of people are fake online and, so I can't co-sign a lot of people. I really can't, but I could co-sign people that I met in real world life. I could co-sign people that I actually talk to on the regular basis behind the camera. When the lights and the camera are not on, I get to see how they interact. And she's real.
Yeah,
Her and man are the real deal. They're the real deal. Like real talk. Right?
we have to work on being around people. Like we have to work as individuals to become better every single day.
Yeah.
And then we will gravitate those people to us, basically.
But like we also have to be around people that enjoy kids.
Yeah.
Like I mean, kids are not. I love kids. Like everybody's kids love me. Like, I'm the uncle that gets away with everything because, like, I will let you get away with all the shit your parents won't, but not so far. But then, like, send you back home. Like, I'm the uncle that would bring your kids home to you full of sugar, all full of soda, and then let them bounce off the wall. And I just go, all right, guys, take it easy. I'm like the favorite uncle, right? Like, but kids are great. You don't have to be,
Yeah.
you have to make it seem like they're hard. And then, talk to people who are about commitment, that are about covenant and sacrifice. They understand the legacy of it. Like, I have a rule. This is my rule. I will not get into business with somebody that will cheat on their wife. Like, I cannot do it. Because if you're willing to cheat on your wife and you love her, according to you, you don't love me. That means if we're in business and if you're willing to cheat on her, you're definitely willing to cheat on me. And I just can't do that. It's an integrity issue.
Like when you hear people or you hear women go, the other day I saw a woman say, oh, all men on social media are trash, right? I hear stuff like that from women. And I have to say, well, if everyone you're meeting or coming in contact with is bad, the common denominator is you. So if this goes for men too, like if you're saying women are trash, maybe the common denominator is you, because that isn't the truth. Not all people are bad. Some people are stable. Some people are kind. Some people are loyal. You have to look at what are you doing as a person that's contributing to you meeting and gravitating toward the wrong kind of people that you really don't want to. And I said this, I keep bringing up Raphael, because what we keep on putting out in the universe, even if that means social media, whatever content we're putting out there, we will end up becoming the very thing that we condemn if we're always promoting it. So guys you're a 304, you're a 304, you're a whore. You're going to end up, because what the RAS, the reticular activating system, I don't know if anybody here like knows about that, but basically there's an area in the brain that if that is all you focus on, you will that's all you're going to notice. And it's a real thing.
But it's kind of funny because, all these guys that calling out 304s, this and that and the other, it's like, I ask them all the time, are you worth marrying? Are you worth changing your life for? As much, I gotta say this, and this is gonna sound really weird, but Nala Ray quit OnlyFans, right? You know why? It wasn't because she found Jesus while she's getting her. It wasn't because she found Jesus while she's getting her back blown out. Okay. No, she found a man. Her man was like, "Look, I ain't gonna be with you if you do this." And he's like, "I'm a Christian, so you need to be in the church." That man, he was a man worth her marrying. And I'm not trying to give him, like, I'm not trying to, outshine him, make him fluffed up or anything. But I'm just saying, you have to be the person worth marrying.
Or
are
like
you worthy of marriage?
Or you see guys going, who would marry a nurse or who would marry a girl like that? But then in the same tweet, like adjacent of it, they'll say something like never get married. So what do you care about a nurse or a 304 when it doesn't matter if she's a good girl, you're still not going to marry her, right? So it's like, or the guys that go, we don't want to get with girls because they're all whores or whatever. But then they'll turn around and they'll say, let's
legalize prostitution.
Let's legalize prostitution. Or it's like, you're not actually mad at the girl with the high body count. Let's be real here. That's not you're mad because you don't have the same sexual access.
Well, they're insecure of the fact that she has potentially more sexual experience than he does, and he will feel inadequate in comparing him to this. Or
even the people with the OnlyFans, right? Even the people with the OnlyFans. OnlyFans. Okay, yes, I agree. I don't like OnlyFans, but at the same time, are you really mad at the girls on OnlyFans, or are you mad at the money
they make?
The money they're making.
They're mad about this. This is my OnlyFans money. You know what I'm saying? You guys catch my OnlyFans where I sell my only feet pics for $4.99. All right, give me my money.
So that's why you're focused on those posts, and you keep on commenting on those posts, and that those type of things keep coming on your algorithm because that's what you're paying attention to. Maybe start paying attention to the stuff you actually want in the future. Start learning from people who are in 20, 30, 40, years of marriage. Start listening, being online to learn. We have a choice to be online. Okay. We have a choice to be online to be entertained or to learn. And you can do a little of both if you're smart. I
Yeah.
know I do. If you're doing it right, you can learn and be entertained. But don't just be there to watch the dancing monkeys and point and laugh while you do nothing but sit home and do nothing with your life.
If you're not doing that, then you need to fix that, right? You can't pretend that. Let's just stop pretending that the institution of marriage is the problem. It's not marriage that's the problem. All right. Just because you or your parents or your ex weren't ready for it. The real problem is not wanting to do better. You know,
It's true. Yeah. It comes down to like marriage is not the joke. Okay. Two loving people who want to build their life and are willing to work together to build everything from the ground up, which is how my marriage is. We had nothing from the start and we had to build everything. Like that's not a joke. That's not bad. That's not something to look down upon. Children are not a curse. Okay. Children are our future. They're literally what is going to shape our world. Like we need to remember how we treat our children, how we want to be raised, how they want to be raised. And then family. Family is not a meme. Like family is not a burden. Okay. It's a joy. It's a blessing. It's literally what is going to be there for us when nobody else cares.
yeah, yeah, you know, um, but we will be right back after these commercial break with our call to action and our closing statements. If you look like this and you happen to be struggling with women, and if you like bubble baths and some other gay stuff, it's probably because you use body wash like Metro by Resto Chesto, the most anti-masculine body wash in the world. So if you're tired of being confused for a homo, then I suggest that you use Tactical Soap from Grondike Soap Company. It's a game changer. That's right. A natural pheromone soap that enhances alpha status, masculinity, attractiveness, and charisma. Only Tactical Soap to take you from zero to a hero with the ladies. If you want to get successful with the ladies like yours truly, Glenn Lawrence, then I suggest that you order it right now and get your own Tactical Soap from Grondike Soap Company today. Grondike Soap Company cannot guarantee that you will get a brunette and a blonde in the hot tub with you like Glenn Lawrence, but you may get a redhead.
So maybe the real rebellion, like to be a rebel today, right, is rejecting mainstream messages.
Mm.
Maybe that's the real rebellion. Like it's not about having more hookups, or having more fun or more freedom or more toys or a bigger house. Not the
Or
soft
two
life,
girls in the hot
right?
tub.
That's never going to go out of style, though. Maybe the real rebellion is just saying, like, I'm going to build a strong marriage. I'm going to get offline. I'm going to shut down, what I'm doing. I'm going to spend less. I'm going to have less. I
Yeah.
think people think I have like this extravagant lifestyle. Like me and my husband share one car. Like I told you, I have like a couch in my living.
Yeah.
Like I live a very simple life, and I purposely do that because my focus and my prioritization is my husband, right, my family. So it's not letting the algorithm dictate your life or the Joneses to dictate your life. It's you stepping outside that and being willing to go against the stream, and that means being okay being a loner. Because in the beginning, people are going to outcast you. They're going to be like, oh, she's not like me, so I'm not going to hang out with her. Okay, be cool with that. Don't be a people pleaser.
No, yeah, don't be a people pleaser. And you know what? When you realize like the people that actually are in your life, the very few people that are in your life, when you are found, you stand firm on what you believe and what you want, those people are meaningful in your life. Those people actually bring value. They add value. They don't take from you. It's crazy. I know it's crazy. You're so used to people being leeches and sucking from you. No, when you have good people in your life, they add value to you. So you know what? If you're not making wise decisions, or if you're just scared of calling it wisdom because it, feels, fear feels safe. Let me tell you something. The real harsh truth here is that social media can't talk you out of marriage and children. It already owns your future. If it could influence you to tell you that you shouldn't do this because, bad things happen. Well, guess what? Bad things happen when you walk outside. I guarantee you, y'all walk outside to go to work every day. They say bad things happen when you open the refrigerator door. You know why? Because you get fat and you eat all the food. Okay, so bad things can happen every single day, but you still take those risks. And for people that are saying that bad things, they're worried about marriage, because bad things happen. Well, guess what? Bad things happen in casual hookup culture. You know why? Because you get falsely accused when you didn't do something. Ask me how I know. So bad things can happen every day, but you have a better opportunity for bad things not to happen. If you vet yourself, you first vet yourself, then don't lower your standards. Invest somebody that's going to be a good partner for you, a good mate, a good spouse for you, and have a good family. You have the opportunity. You don't have to be a statistic, people. That's all I'm saying. You don't have to be a statistic. There are statistics, but you don't have to be one. You know? So if you're basically an unpaid intern for an agenda that wants you to be alone, bitter, and replaceable, continue doing what you're doing if that's what you want. But stop complaining about the opposite sex on Twitter. If you're saying there's no marriageable men and all you're doing is acting like a hoe, well, don't complain.
Well, and here's the thing too, like freedom is truly choosing what you want to be responsible for and completely taking ownership of it. So if you choose to stay single, that's cool. That's fine. You chose that. I'm proud of you. Good for you. You made a choice. Okay. But now don't go online and say that the people who are in marriages, don't put them down. Don't make it seem like they're trying to trap you. Don't listen to those people telling you to get married. They're blatantly ignorant. They're trying to hurt you. No, they're showing you that in their relationship, they're happy. That's all they're doing. So if you're going to take ownership of that and you don't want to define, that's cool, good for you. But don't go online and put down the people who are making it work. Build something real. That's what this message is. And that's how we want to end it.
Yeah, and are there risks? Absolutely. Can you get hurt? Absolutely. The answer to pain isn't stop from building. It's build better, build wiser, build better standards with better character.
Get off the trends, get off the psyop. Stop being influenced by what the world is telling you.
Yeah. So you're not smart because you're cynical about marriages, guys.
Mm-hmm.
And, that's it. I'm going to tell you something. There was this one guy that was telling me that he wanted to have a wife and he wanted to have kids. He's like, can't wait to have a wife and kids, but I'm not going to be able to find any of them. So I'm going to go I think we should have prostitution. I wanted to punch him in the face. I was like, I am so tired of this shit.
Glenn walks in with a dominant presence. Voice cuts deep like a sermon with essence. Gia steps up, pure elegant grace. Beauty with brains puts the world in its place. They light the mic, that truth ignites. Burning through the fake in the dead of night. No labels, no camps, no tribal cage. They're carving out truth on an empty page. They're relentless warriors, forged like war. Modern Viking knocking down every door. You can't pin them down, can't put them in a box. They'll stomp it flat and break your locks. Sin lands, please, they leap sky high. Shattering limits you set with a lie. They'll lead in the way, believe that. No simps, no saints, no soft disguise. They see through the games and the alibis. They're not here to please, they're here to lead. Truth and balance, yeah, that's the creed. Was boom, plenty of truth.